Hi everyone, what you're seeing here is a successful test fire of a hypersonic Zircon cruiser missile from a Russian ship in Arctic waters. And the Zircon cruise missile, as you'll see here, is initially fired by a conventional missile engine, and about 20 or 30 feet above the ship the scramjet engine takes over, and that's basically what takes it up to a speed of up to Mach 9. And the scramjet engine was especially invented by Russia for this particular task to get it up to that speed, and they developed the engine and a new type of fuel just to make sure they could get that speed. Now in this case the Zircon hypersonic missile travelled at Mach 7 and successfully hit a target ship at that speed about 220 miles from the launch site. And so it was travelling. Mach 7 is 5,330 miles an hour, and Mach 9, which is the top speed of a Zircon missile, is 6,870 miles an hour. So let's take a look at this. And the Russians estimate that 6 Zircon missiles are all it would take to sink an American aircraft carrier. And part of that is just the sheer speed of it and the kinetic energy. And you get that's about 9 gigajoules before you even get the warhead that's on it. It's basically got twice the mass and 11 times the speed of a Tomahawk cruise missile, and it'll hit a target with an on-cruise kinetic energy of 9 gigajoules, which is equal to about 4,700 pounds of TNT. And that's just the hit from the actual kinetic energy. They estimate that it carries something like a 660 to 880 pound warhead, but from what I can see, nobody is actually sure in the West how big this warhead is. It's also nuclear capable, which makes it a very dangerous missile, because if it was fired off the coast of Britain in Dover, it would hit London less than a minute after it was fired, and they would have absolutely no chance of any kind of defence against that. And it's capable of being fired off land, which you can see here. That's the land-based one, and the one we just watched over here was the ship-based one, and they both took place on the same day. They also did a submarine firing of it as well. I don't have a video of that, but I do have a picture of it, and this is from the TASS news agency. That's basically coming out of the water, and that's probably when the scramjet engine fired, because you can see the actual bright light there when it fired. And it was first deployed on an Admiral Gorshov class frigate in January 2023, so this one is a fairly new missile, and it's also being added to the Kiron class nuclear battle cruisers. And these ships are the second biggest warships in the world after our aircraft carriers, so they're pretty big ships. And each Kirov ship will carry 72 different anti-ship cruise missiles. And they have 3 basic anti-ship cruise missiles depending on what they want. So they would certainly have more than 6 Zircon missiles on that. And they'll also be added to Russian destroyers and corvettes, and to Russian submarines. So we're looking here at a pretty dangerous kind of weapon that the Russians have got, and we basically have no way of stopping that weapon. This is a Kinzhal class hypersonic cruise missile on a Russian jet. That's a slightly different version of the missile, but these things are, as you can see, pretty lethal when you look at them coming up and you look at the speeds they can do. That's the basic Mach 7 speed. They have speeded that up now. It's definitely Mach 9. I've seen some reports that it's now Mach 10, but either way we have nothing like that in the West. China has 3 types of hypersonic cruise missiles, and obviously Iran has some as well. So we're a little bit behind, unfortunately, with hypersonic cruise missiles. I'm sure we'll catch up soon, but these things are lethal. It basically makes an aircraft carrier almost like a floating corpse ship, because they can hit them fairly easily. Most of the Zircon missiles fired at an aircraft carrier, if they're on target, and they do have very good targeting, if they're on target they will take them down, and there's no doubt about that. They're very, very lethal missiles. So that really makes the aircraft carrier somewhat of a liability when you think about the cost and the fact that it could just be sunk as fast as that. They just have to get within about 220 miles. There are estimates that it can do anything up to 650 kilometers away, which is about double to, roughly in my head, double 220 miles, maybe 450 miles. So we really are looking at a pretty nasty weapon here, and let's take a look at that going up again from here. And that was literally at that ship just a few minutes later. And if you were standing on the ship where it was coming in, you really wouldn't have a lot of time to stop that when you look at it. Okay, so with that being said, it was just a short video on showing you a little bit and telling you a bit about the Zircon hypersonic cruise missile. It is definitely a lethal missile. I'll be making more videos about different weapons around the world, so if you would like to see these, please like and subscribe to the video, and then you'll be notified when when the next video comes out. I'm aiming to put a couple of videos out a week on this particular channel. It's one of 3 channels I have. Okay, so with that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a good evening and a great day.